this video we will discuss about heredity. What is heredity? You got the characters that you have from your parents. It is called heredity. So it is simply the transfer of characters from parents to offsprings. And how is it possible? It is due to some molecules in our body called genes. So it is the genes which is responsible for heredity. Okay. So when the genes are transferred, they will carry the character, and the young ones will get the character from the parent. Now, where is the gene present? It is present in DNA. Where is it present? This DNA. This DNA is present in nucleus. So actually we should know the relationship between all these things. That is, where is it? What is the relation between gene, DNA, chromosome, chromatin thread? Okay. So for that we will take one cell. This is the nucleus. In the nucleus, you will get a chromatin thread. When this cell is to divide, this chromatin thread, they will lose water and they will attain a shape. That is this. It is called a chromosome. So, chromatin thread during cell division have a shape and will change to a chromosome. So, actually it is made up of this chromatin thread. Chromatin thread, they will have an outline. This is the chromatin thread and they will have an outline. That is the chromosome. Now when you take chromatin thread, what is it made up of? It is made up of DNA. Okay, DNA has got two strands. So when DNA is there and it is highly coiled, then it becomes a chromatin thread. Then where is the gene present here? Gene is nothing, a small fragment of DNA. It is a small fragment of DNA. This fragment of DNA, this is DNA. This fragment of DNA is called a gene. Okay, so gene is simply a fragment of DNA. And this fragment of DNA gives us a character. Okay, that's why we say that gene gives us a character. So gene is nothing but a fragment of DNA which codes for a character. So where is gene present? This is a small part of DNA. What is DNA when you compare with the chromatin thread? DNA is highly coiled and chromatin thread is made. Then during cell division they change to chromosome. Okay. Now who discovered this? It is Gregor Johann Mendel. Johann Mendel, and for that he did some experiments on some organism. It was garden pea plant, garden pea, and you have to study its scientific name, that is Pisum sativa. Pisum sativa. We have to follow the rules of binomial nomenclature. Okay. So Gregor Johann Mendel is known as father of genetics, and he did experiments on Pisum sativa. So Mendel did experiments on Pisum sativa and found out how the genes will transfer from parents to offsprings. So for that he crossed two Pisum sativa plants. He selected one plant as a male plant and another plant as a female plant. Okay, so we will do that crossing of two plants. Here we have to show only the genes. Okay, and here we will consider only the gene for one character. Here we are taking the character as height. Height is the character, and in this height, one tall plant is there. Tall plant. It is crossed with a dwarf plant. A tall plant is crossed with a dwarf plant. So what are this tall and dwarf? When you compare with height, height is the character, and tall means it is the highest degree of this height character. Dwarf is the lowest degree of this height character. So tall and dwarf are nothing but the different degrees of that character, and we can call it as trait. T-R-A-I-T, trait. Okay. So height is the character. Height is the character, and tall and dwarf are the traits. Okay, so trait is nothing but different degrees of character. Tall and dwarf is nothing but different degrees of height. Same way trait is different degrees of a character. So now we have to show the genes. Then tall means it is the expression also, physical expression. So we can call it as phenotype. Okay, so tall means it is very big, okay, in height, and dwarf means it is short, so it is a physical expression. We can call it as phenotype. Now we have to write its genotype, that is gene. So So what we are doing, we are taking the first letter from the tall, that is T, and we are writing capital T for showing this and writing small t for showing this. So we will come to this why we are doing like this. Okay, once we do one step, then you will understand. Now these are the parents. So here I am writing parents. These are the, in this line I am showing the parents. This is the phenotype of the parent and this is genotype of the parent. Genotype means genetic makeup, means genes, which genes are there. Phenotype means physical expression, and here which genes are there, that is a genotype of the organism. Now actually you have to do only 3 steps. One is write the phenotype genotype, second one write the gametes, because it is the gamete which cross and becomes the next organism. Male gamete and female gamete will come, they will cross and become the next organism. So here gametes are formed by meiosis, that also you know, meiosis. It is a reduction division, means the genes or the DNA or whatever thing is there, they will split and only one gene enter one gamete. One gene enter one gamete. So here this will enter one gamete and this will enter another gamete. Same way here also, this will enter one gamete, this will enter another gamete. So when this gamete, this can, we can take it as male and this can be taken as female. Okay, for example. So this male gamete can fuse with either this one or this one. So this can either fuse with this one, then you will get the combination capital T small t, or it can fuse with this one also. So again you will get the same combination. Or this can fuse with this, so you have to show all the possibilities, or this can fuse with this. Okay, so see, in all the cases it is same. So no need to show all the genes here, okay, or all the genes in the gametes here. Since it is same, here we have to take only the types, not the number. Okay, so this is also right, but no need to make it this much complicated. Instead, what you can do is simply write the types. Here both are of same type, so you will write only the types, because you will get all answers are same answer. So here you have to show only the types. Here also types are there, okay, and you have to show only the types of gametes. How many types of gametes are formed? And when this fuse, you will get this. And this is the genotype, gene of the organism. And what will be the phenotype? What will be physical expression? It is tall. This organism is tall. Means dwarf trait is not shown here. Why it is tall? Because this capital T expresses and the small t. Capital T is responsible for tall and small t is responsible for dwarf. So the capital T expresses. So the one which expresses is called a dominant, and the one which doesn't express or suppress is called a recessive. So here capital T is the dominant gene and the small t is the recessive gene. But here we can use one more technical word instead of gene. It is allele. It is a technical word to show a pair of genes. Okay, so capital T is one allele, small t is another allele. Capital T is the dominant allele and small t is the recessive allele. So now we can come to which letter we have to take, either T or D. Always we have to take the first letter of the dominant trait. Okay, from these genes it is understood that tall is dominant and the dwarf is recessive. Here tall is shown, dwarf is not shown. So we have to take tall. In that first letter is T. And we have to show the capital letter of that tall, first letter, that is to T, capital letter to denote the dominant genes or dominant alleles, and a small letter to denote the recessive alleles. Okay, so that's how you have to take the letters. So don't take D, then the answer will go wrong. Now this is the first generation of offsprings. It is called first filial generation, or in short F1. So in this line we are showing the F1. Then whenever you get a genotype, immediately you have to write the phenotype also. Then next step, you have to, so we studied one inheritance in one generation. Now you have to study one more generation. Okay, for that you have to self F1. Means this organism will be a bisexual flower. Organism will be having a bisexual flower. So you can cross the male one to the same female part also. Okay, so this flower will have male and female part. So the male pollen grains can be dropped on the stigma, that is the female part of the same flower. It is called self-pollination. So what about the parent? This is the F1, they are selfing. So this parent is male parent as well as female parent. Okay. So tall into tall. So this is the male parent and this itself is the female parent. We can take one as male and one as female. So now I don't have space here, so I will start from again from here. So this is selfing of that F1 generation. Okay. So here we have written the phenotype and these are the genotypes. And here there are two types of alleles. Alleles are different, not the same. Okay. So when you write the gametes, next step is gametes. So you have to write the parents, gametes, young one. Only three steps are there in doing the cross. So gametes. Now they will separate and they will enter different gametes. These alleles will separate and enter different gametes. And here you can see both are of not same type, different type. So you have to show all the types. So here one will be with a capital T, another will be with a small t. Same here also. If both are of capital T, then you have to write only once. You have to show only the types of the gametes. When you take male, millions of gametes are formed, so we cannot write all the million numbers. Okay, so here we show only the types. Now you can do the cross, or there is another easy way. You can use a checkerboard to find out how the cross will happen. So since two are there, we are doing one extra for writing the gametes. Okay. So here I am writing the one from male and here I am writing the gametes from female. So this is male, here one capital T is there and another small t is there. Then in female, one capital T is there and another small t is there. In these four cells, you have to write the combination. Capital T, capital T, capital T, capital T, and here it will be capital T, then small t. Simply write the combinations. Capital and always write capital one first. Capital T, then small t, here small t, small t. So this is the next generation. So this will be which generation? F2 generation. Now you have to find out some ratios and all. So you have to take it out and write. So I will take it out and write capital T, how many are there? 1. Only one is there. Capital T, small t, how many are there? 2. 2 are there. Small t, 1 is there. Okay. So these are the genotypes. So this is the ratio of genotypes. So genotypic ratio is is 1:2:1. Okay. So suppose if 100 individuals are there, how many will have capital T, capital T? How many will have capital T, capital T? 1 by total. How many are there? Total it is 1 plus 2 plus 1, that is 4. So 1 by 4th of 100, that is 25. And how many capital T, small t will be there? That is 2 by 4, that is half of 100, 50. And how many small t, again 1 by 4th of 100, that is 25. You add 25, 50, 25, you will get 100. Okay, so this is a ratio. So this is genotypic ratio because it is showing the genotypes. Now what will the phenotype of this? Means physical expression. This will be tall and this also will be tall. So for total how many are there? 3 are there. And what about this one? This will be dwarf. For dwarf how many are there? 1 is there. So this is the phenotype. So this will be the phenotypic ratio. So phenotypic ratio is 3:1. 3 tall is to 1 dwarf. Means if 100 individuals are there, 3 by 4 will be tall, that is 75. 25 plus 50, 75 you will get. And 1 by 4, that is 25 of 100 will be dwarf. Okay. And here you are studying only the inheritance of one character at a time. So we can call it as monohybrid cross. It is known as monohybrid. Mono means one, and here only hybrid for one character is formed. So it is monohybrid cross. Okay, so you can easily write this. So you should start from the beginning. Okay, half was there in the previous page. So you have to start from the beginning. At last you have to do till F2. Okay, so like this you can do for another characters also. So and he studied actually 7 characters. So how many traits will be there? One character has 2 traits, one dominant and one recessive. So 7 characters have 14 traits. Okay. So Mendel studied 7 characters and each character have a dominant and a recessive trait. The first one was stem height. Stem height, dominant one is tall and recessive one is dwarf. So always we will write the dominant trait first, then recessive trait. Then second one is seed shape. It is round, wrinkled. So here you have to take which letter? Round is dominant, wrinkle is recessive. So you have to take capital R for round and small r for wrinkled. Then third one, seed color. Yellow, green. So yellow is dominant, green is recessive. So here you will take Y, capital Y for yellow and small y for green. Then fourth one, pod shape. Pod means the structure in which the beans, everything is there. This is the pod. Okay, pod shape. Inflated, constricted. Then in some books you will see full also. Instead of inflated, you will see full also. Full and constricted. So if it is inflated, you can take I, or if it is full, you can take F. Okay. Then next one, pod color. Pod color. It is just opposite of this. Green is dominant, and yellow is recessive. So you will take G here, capital G for green and small g for yellow. Then sixth one, flower position, axial terminal. Axial is dominant, terminal is recessive. So you will take A. Okay. Axial means it will be seen in between the stem. This is stem and this is branch. If it is seen here, it is axial. If it is at the tip, it is terminal. Then the last one, flower color. It is violet, white. Violet, white. So violet is dominant, white is recessive. You have to take V, capital V for violet and small v for white. But always remember, when you write capital and small letter, it should be easily distinguishable. So you can do monohybrid cross with any of these. Already we did this. You can try with other ones. Okay. Anyway, you will get the same ratios at last, but you should know how to do the cross.